Are you living life in a rush? Swamped with work all day, your stomach grumbling because you can't even sit down for a proper meal, your eyes heavy from lack of sleep, from countless nights working away. Perhaps you're racing against time, striving to achieve your unfinished dreams. But your steps are too hurried, you keep running and forget to love yourself. Father, why was I born so unspecial? I look ugly, I'm not smart, and I have no talents. I quickly accepted that I was just an ordinary child. When I leaned on my father, crying and lamenting my insecurities, he comforted me by saying, "The one who can make ordinary things special will become a special person." I had hoped my father would say, "No, my daughter is beautiful, intelligent, and much more special than many others." That's what I longed to hear. But what he said wasn't what I wanted. At that moment, all I felt was that I was truly inferior to other children. My heart was filled with conflict. Who am I? What is my purpose in life? Why do I exist so meaninglessly? Perhaps I shouldn't have been born into this world. I am useless, terrible. I despise my own existence. Thousands of questions arose. Oh, we're falling into an existential crisis. An existential crisis occurs when someone questions the meaning of life and their own existence. This crisis happens when people lose faith in the meaning of life, especially after experiencing great losses. Most people have, at least once, gone through periods of difficulty, fatigue, depression, deadlock, or stress in life. However, these feelings usually last only for a period and, of course, do not seriously affect daily life. But for those experiencing an existential crisis, a persistent, lingering anxiety, fear, and stress exists. This emotion invades their minds, causing them to constantly question their existence and doubt their place, meaning, and role in life. This leads to an internal conflict, a loss of faith, and disappointment with life. Existential crises often stem from several causes. Perhaps they experienced sudden major life events, such as witnessing the death of loved ones or friends, being haunted by death, being diagnosed with dangerous incurable diseases, or confronting death due to old age. They may be dissatisfied with their current life direction, suppressed emotions for too long, felt disconnected from society, or carried guilt and regret about something. This type of crisis is intensely oppressive and can severely impact the quality of life, even compelling individuals to engage in self-destructive behaviors. So, how do we overcome this crisis? I have a 5-year-old nephew, as cute and lovely as a kitten. But no matter how well-behaved he is now, I can never forget the image of him at 3 years old. He started saying no to every adult request. He was stubborn, defiant, insistent, demanding. He ordered adults around, broke things, and even hit his parents. It turns out that even those little kids, who I thought only knew how to eat, sleep, and play, also experience crises, my friends. The terrible threes, crisis. They demand recognition as adults, wanting to assert their own ego. They become aware that they are independent individuals with certain powers. They also discover the contradictions within themselves, but because they lack the linguistic ability to express them and haven't truly distinguished right from wrong, they react with fierce resistance and behavior. Oh, so crises are a natural part of human psychological development at every stage of life. Everyone in this world, even the most successful or carefree people, must go through such difficult crises. So, the first step is to embrace these crisis thoughts more gently. Consider this crisis phase unavoidable and prepare a plan to deal with it most appropriately. I started by revisiting the dreams I once had, only to be astonished to realize I had no real dreams at all. I don't even know who I truly want to become now. Perhaps it's because I'm still searching for answers that the subconscious questions I often ask younger children are always, who do you want to be when you grow up? The 20s are the boulevard of broken dreams. The dreams you once cherished begin to be pushed aside. Your burning spirit and enthusiasm gradually fade. You give up because reality has poured cold water on your fantasies. Who would have thought that everything you once said and promised would turn into empty words? As you grow up, people can lose many things. A simple item that once made you happy all day, the ability to easily cry and laugh, close relationships, and even youthful dreams. But losing these things isn't the most frightening part. It's your nonchalance towards these losses that is truly worrying. The 20s are perhaps the most miserable, confusing, and empty time. Entering the quarter-life crisis, you leave school, shed your uniform, friends gradually drift away, and you have to build social relationships you don't even like. you slowly lose the sense of the boundary between reality and dreams. But life is not a wide, flat road. It's a process of continuous adjustment. It's okay not to know what you want, but you must remember what you don't want. At this age, we, the young, have nothing but our bare hands. But these very hands will hold everything and will decide who we become later. And then I decided I would be an ordinary person living a decent and happy life. But what is happiness? In Chinese, happiness is Xingfu. The character Xing above is earth, two, and below is the symbol for money. In the character *fu, the left side is clothing, yi, the right side above is mouth, ku, and below is field, tian. Combined, it means having land, money, clothes, food, and most importantly, a reunited family that is happiness. Are you happy now? When do you realize you are still a happy person? I think I am happy when I feel that everything is enough. Enough is when my father, with the harsh sun beating down on his head, still regularly rides his old, sputtering dream motorbike to take me to the bus station to catch a bus to the city for school, and waits until the bus carrying his daughter is out of sight before turning back home. Enough is when grandma, though old and sometimes forgetful, still secretly stuffs candies and crumpled banknotes into a bag and presses it into my hand, fearing I'll go hungry in the capital. Enough is when my mother still sends boxes of food every month, large bundles of vegetables, meat, and various medicines, afraid her child will be too lazy to take care of herself. Enough is when I have a home to return to, waking up each morning on a small but warm bed in a small room with a wide window letting in the morning sun. Enough is when the person I love always waits for me to come home to a family meal. Enough are the relationships, though only a few people, that bring immense healing energy. Enough is when I know I receive so much love and will give just as much back. Life is never lacking in beauty. It's simply a matter of whether we choose to pay attention and seek it out. If we know how to see the good things hidden within everyday simple life, we will find that life is serene. People are not unhappy because they have too little, but because they don't know enough. Although everyone has a different definition of happiness, and not everyone has a peaceful home or a solid emotional support system from family, friends, or loved ones, I am sure that everyone wants a peaceful life. Whether life is easy or not doesn't depend on how luxurious our material life is, but on whether our hearts are calm and joyful. With a peaceful mind, everywhere you look, you'll find peace. With a heart full of love, everywhere you look, you'll find sunshine. Just like Fat Rabba the cat taught the seagull how to live happily, in life you will have many reasons to be happy. One of them is water, another is wind, and yet another is the sun. And these are always gifts that come after the rain. Feel the rain, it's washing your wings. One beautiful day, sipping a warm cup of coffee, sitting by the window, gazing at the clouds, a golden drop of sunlight spreading through every leaf. Everything is crystal clear and your heart feels light. You feel happy. Perhaps you think, if only every day were so beautiful, if everyday life were always like this, then everyone in the world would surely be happy. But, dear friend, do you know? Sparkling sunshine on a beautiful day doesn't make you happy. The countries that get the most sun in the world, like Egypt and Sudan, are at the bottom of the happiness index. What truly makes you feel that peace is you yourself? A beautiful day in itself doesn't make us happy. It's because we haven't truly enjoyed such beautiful days before. If it were always warm and sunny, we would become accustomed to that weather, and the warmth of the sun would no longer have an effect. How can we enjoy a sunny day if we haven't experienced gloomy, rainy days? How can we feel happy if we have never felt sorrow? I decided I would be an ordinary person, living a decent and happy life. But I also recognize that things that make us unhappy will still happen, and we must understand that we cannot always live happily. Otherwise, happiness will become utterly normal. To live a happy life, sometimes we have to experience feelings of unease to truly appreciate life when our mood lifts. The other day, we went to Thang Long Imperial Citadel and saw chipped bowls and uneven plates from the early Le Dynasty. Children like us would glance at them and see nothing special, perhaps even consider the plates useless. Yet, when they shone lights on them, calling it 3D mapping projection technology, we marveled at the patterns and motifs that appeared. Lotus petals on the strong exterior, flying dragons within. Only then did we see how noble and precious those ordinary plates truly were. It means finding the right person who sees and values that worth, making its value stand out. Something thought to be ordinary can become extraordinary, and the person who creates that extraordinary thing is also special. My father helped me, an ordinary child, see my true self-worth. And so, I will be an ordinary person, living a peaceful life.